Gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description. Greetings, Ascenders! Welcome to a new episode of the Ascent at Cobalt Thorium. And we are doing some questy stuff, but I think that we'll probably start on one of these quests in this episode. Before we start that, let's take a look at the feed and Humble or Dower or whatever his name is.
I'm Grateful Abbott.
Grateful
and
Abbott.
Oh boy, do I have a feed for you. Things got unusually rowdy in Corp Zone tonight when a brawl at the Dream World Club turned intensely lethal. The feed has learned that masses of murderous gangers were killed in a very uneven tussle before the survivors rapidly vacated the premises. I gotta say, I have a soft spot for the weak standing up against the strong. All the kudos to you, whoever you are. Things also got rather heated at the docks when a Sun-Tor Klein Corp pinnace suddenly exploded in a fiery conflagration. Representatives of Sun-Tor Klein has declined to comment on the accident. And with CorpSec on temporary leave, we shouldn't expect any investigation soon.
Look at this guy. He's like nuzzling me.
I, for one, feel both happy and grateful that the blast didn't claim any victims. Speaking of victims, the feed has learned of another ACO factory collapse out in the squat. This makes for 7 ACO facilities going defunct in just a short while. No word yet of casualties, though it is estimated at least 300 Carlin indents and their Jackland supervisors were present when the building blew up.
Jeez.
The cause seems to have been a faulty atmospheric unit unable to cope with a thickly crowded workspace.
Alright, this pathfinding AI is really starting to irritate me.
It's like I always say, we should treasure our lives, because we never know when we might lose them.
Alright, so it's a little bit of an update. I feel like I should probably... Oh, that's Crow, man. That new lavender's something else. Did you see the castle when you were over there? Way off in the distance? See it, man. I was there. I went up inside the castle. What'd you see? Don't know, man. I know. The trip ended right before I got to the top of the stairs. Well, after, man. You gotta go back. We gotta score some of that lavender ASAP. Everybody's all about this new drug called the snooze. We should go to Hands. His ramrod bomb is problem solver anyway. That's I've never seen one of these. I'm tempted to, because I'm very fascinated by the lore. But it's like, it's kind of, some of them go by so fast, and then it's like, well, they're just sit around for it to repeat. Like, what do you do? What do I get? You know something? You just stick. Same thing. I'm just gonna lie here and enjoy the scenery for a while. Hey man, wanna live out your biggest fantasy? Or maybe your deepest, darkest nightmare? Wanna live 1,000 lifetimes in less than a minute? Wanna die 1,000 times in less than a second? Just talk to me. Whatever it is, I can bring it to life. I can make it happen. Believe you me. There's like a lot of bars and clubs here. I suppose that's kind of the point of the district, but at the same time, it's like there's a lot of bars and clubs everywhere in this game.
Ah, you again. My lucky day. Wait, what? The last shipment was too strong. Well, shit, I warned you, didn't I? Go easy, I said, didn't I?
Well, I'm not the one taking it.
People never listen. Never, ever listen. Well, fine then. Here. Try this cut batch instead. It's not nearly as potent as the last batch, but it'll still do the job. In fact, might even be perfect for a guy like you.
Gal, I'm a chick.
What's that? It's for the Carlins. Yeah, sure, man. Wherever you gotta tear yourself to sleep at night. Anyway, take this shit and get the fuck out of here. And remember, you don't know me, and I don't know you. And this never happened.
Yes, it did.
I mean, I'm trying to go unnoticed here, you get me?
Alright. My imps FMS last night started talking dirty to me. Oh, I wish mine would do that. That's cute. I talked to this person already. 18 more cycles, and I'm up for my first promotion. Sounds like a long time, but really, the first 116 flew by pretty quick. Retrospect. Gotta think long term with this corp lifer stuff. Helps if you get the fast forward mod for sure. Everyone wants to speed up their own thoughts, but me, I want to slow my S down. See the world at double speed, triple, 10 times speed, ultra fast forward. And now it passes for me, it's like a week for the rest of the world. Pretty neat, huh? How about the dome? There's a match on tonight. Nah, that's not for me. Watching some hapless F get pulped by some murder mech is not my thing. Look at you there. You, yes you. All the unsightly flesh, all the ungainly bone beneath it. What do you say we replace some of those limbs with some sweet, shining chrome? Don't tell me you haven't at least thought of it. Reject the flesh. Embrace the ecstasy of the chrome. Trust me, son. Check. That grotesque blood and tissue you're caring about, when it's gone, you won't miss it. Not one bit. Alright, so we have some stuff to do. You know, before we do this, I want to take a look at our quests. I might actually just read through them too. I apologize for people who don't like that, people who think it's too slow, but I don't want to miss anything. And a lot of the stuff is pretty well written. I mean, I have problems with oftentimes the wording that they use and like the grammar and punctuation, but the lore itself is pretty golden. Can't complain at all. Alright, so for main missions here, we have so this top part, I've read that over a couple times. So the new stuff is find Lanier. I'm to locate Laura Lanier and ask her about the missing scientists, and also deliver a package to Spice. Now that I can enter Stimtown, I should be able to deliver the package to Spice, a bartender at the loading bar, which is, I think, where we are right now. Alright, so in terms of new missions, we have one more rep. Yeah, so the only difference now is that return to Atticus. I should get back to Atticus in Cluster 13 and deliver the baby food. Okay. Then we have the champ. Humble Ivan's prize fighter Gristel has been poisoned. He believes Kaiser First, the owner of Carnage Cage, is responsible. I have promised to ask Kaiser for a replacement feral pup for Humble Ivan to raise and train. Gets to the Carnage Cage in the grinder. I can find Kaiser First running the Carnage Cage in the grinder. Then we have plug and play. It's a dirty business, but somebody's got to do it. Times are tough all over. People need a little release, and for many, getting it with a machine far outweighs, literally, far outweighs literally getting it with a sweaty, achy creature of actual flesh and blood. Thing is, though, machines wear out, break down, fall apart. You gotta keep them in good repair for the clients. They ain't gonna be happy. Fausch, the owner of Plug and Play, a sex bot brothel, needs me to go and find his man Georgi about getting some replacement parts and parts for his current lineup. Chop chop on the double. The clients are getting antsy, and so are we. First thing is first, I need to speak with Georgi. His shop is somewhere in the node, which is where I should go. Alright, we got that guy. Level 28. These are way beyond my level. Well, 18 is probably not. I don't know what. I think our level's like 21. But that guy. Okay, everybody knows about that guy. Yeah, you know, the dude, the loudmouth, S-faced, bar brawl starting MFer that just doesn't know when to say when. Comes around every night, always starting something, always busting up the place. And as soon as the bars put back together, the guy comes right back in and starts it all up again. Well, the locals have had enough of this asshole. Thing is, he hasn't technically broken the law, so they can't really ban him, and he's a corp to boot. So we really just gotta watch our step here. But if, hey, according to the Dirty Dive regular Bozeman offering me the gig, if I were to accidentally bump into him somewhere, well, who knows what may go down. So we gotta go to the edge. Turns out that guy is actually with Malhorst Gleb. Yeah, you remember those bunch of assholes, right? I wonder how these carrier repairs are going. Hee. So anyway, MG, so that's Malhorst Gleb, might have set up a perimeter at the edge to keep everybody the F away from their business. And that is where I will find that guy. One more rep, we already went through that. And then the recipe, level 20. Salmon is upset. See, he's been dining at this joint in Stimtown for countless cycles, now in hopes of to loosen the chef's tongue and have him spill the secret about his inimitable. I don't think I've ever seen that word before. Inimitable. Okay. Bowl of soup. Second to none in all Veles. Apparently. Alas. No luck so far. This is where I come in. Sal wants me to do the underhanded thing and break in to the chef's hab and find a copy of the recipe there. We shouldn't keep secrets, he says, if you only knew. So I need to speak with Flamingo. Before I commit to essentially a burglary, I need to be best. It would be best to have a dynamic keycard Sal gave me to be encoded to open the right door. Flamingo, a data broker, and his acquaintance at Sal's can help me out with this. I can find him in Cluster 13. Alright, sorry for stumbling so much on that. After reading a bunch of this stuff, my eyes kind of go cross-eyed. It's not exactly the most, legible. Well, I'm making excuses at this point. I was going to be, complaining about the font and how it, semi-transparent stuff, but it's not that. It's just exhausting to read. More my eyeballs here. Alright. Where am I? I'm here. Maybe we should try to find some of these treasure chests. Oh, actually, no, I was going to talk to this guy, right? Let's do that.
Name your poison, friend.
I'm going to give you a package, friend.
Well, looky here. Poon actually came through. Give him my thanks. Now, what can I do you for? Sure, coming up. This should frizzle your wiring, buddy. Rings a bell. There was a mid-boss who came here slumming every once in a while. She's not welcome here anymore, though.
Not welcome.
Couldn't keep her hands off the other clientele. Gave her 2 passes, but she struck out on the 3rd. I bet you can find her at the Dirty Dive. They're less picky with their customers.
Slumming?
Yeah, you know, when the uppers come down here to sample the forbidden fruit. Fucking tourists, if you ask me. But I don't say no to their creds.
Well, you did for her. But still, the Dirty Dive.
Name says it all, doesn't it? It's not far from here.
Yeah, actually, I was in there before. Well, anyway, thank you.
Sure thing, friend. Just give a shout if you need something.
Spice. A Stiptown bartender slash best friend slash psychologist who knows a little bit about everything and everyone passing through his bar can stir up an excellent red raptor. It's a good name for a drink. You gonna do another round or what? I ain't playing if you keep cheating with the holo. I'm not a cheater, I play fair. If you're in, check me.
Heard you delivered the package. Good to know you can be somewhat trusted, even if you sold out to White Core.
This starts the conversation. Yeah, I'm not fat, I'm big boned. He called me a flatliner too. You should listen to that Jacqueline. What does he know? I lost the rest of the conversation. You should listen to that dude, Jacqueline. What does he know? I wish you'd get off my case. You can always pulp up. That'd prove him right. Okay. You can always pulp him, I think it said. I have to watch the tapes. You sure it's pure? 100%. It's from the same batch as last time. But the color's different. No, that's just lights. You want to know? Okay. These conversations are not terribly interesting, I suppose. It's good flavor, but let's hop downstairs and see if there's anything going on there. Whoa. See that blood crash? Pretty cool. I heard crashed into an OV chapter. Is that true? The OV? That was Sunter Klein sub. You sure? Of course I'm not sure. But I can't be sure of anything when it's Onyx Void. No, I'm not gonna read all of this. I like the flavor. I like the world building. But there's just too many of them. Alright, looks like there's nothing going on here. Although this might be where those fights happen. Where's this thing leading me? Leading me to the exit, I take it? But if this is where those fights happen, we might as well just get it over with. So let's go ahead and check that. So we're going to go side missions. We're going to go the chain. Okay, so that's not the Carnage Cage down here. It looks like something that I would call a Carnage Cage. Now look at that. If that's not a Carnage Cage, what is the Carnage Cage? Alright, well, enough of that. Let's hop out of here. I think I want to spend a little time looking for treasures, too. There are a couple right near us. So there's one right over here. There it is. How do I get there? Probably go in here and down. Maybe there's an exit down there. Ah, there is. That's it? Lame. I don't even use the skins. But it's another thing off of the map, so we're reducing clutter, which is nice. You know, before we go anywhere, let's change our secondary weapon to something that we have not tried before. So the fist. No, let's do strobos, and let's actually put the fist as our primary. We'll try 2 of these at once. Actually, we never looked at the description of the fist, did we? Loadout, the fist. This is way down the list. Okay, so it's a ballistic shotgun. Cybersex mega weaponsmiths truly went ballistic with this 5-barreled multi-shotgun. If this won't solve your problems, nothing will. Loved by weapon fetishists all over Veles. It looks alright. They're cooler shotguns. Let's take a look at the strobos. Oh, that looks great. I like it. Alright, let's go. There should be some other treasures around here, right? I would think. So there's 2 over here. If I could pitch this map, it'd really be helpful. Because, like, where do these dots actually go? Oh, there's one. It's a skill. Here's the other one. These treasure chests are just proportionally easy to... I can't believe that's ice 3. You gotta be kidding me. It's gonna be a million years until I find that. Do I want snooze? Yes. Oh. Okay, what do I do with it? Not that it cost me. That really was kind of underwhelming. No. Until we know what to do with it, I don't think it's all that useful. Alright, well, I found a couple treasure chests. There's still one. Oh, yeah. You know, that's right. Alright, what else do we have around here that we can do? So that's the treasure chest that we can't open yet. There's still so many. Oh my god. What is this? Is it like a pit? What is this? Alright. Yeah, let's do some missions. I feel like time is marching on here. I'm not doing everything I should be doing. So, level 17 for Trace Protocol. 7, 21, 20, 5. One more rep. We're going to wind up back in Cluster 13 at some point or another anyway. So we'll just do that when we go back there. 28, 15, 18. It looks like we will be doing Trace Protocol. Let's go. One thing I wish that they would do is have the music inside and outside to match. So that it really feels like you're going into a place that has its own music is outside. The consistency, you know.
I'm Paolo, and you're lonely, I can tell. Buy me a kick?
No. I want to do a mission, but I do not. This does not work for me. Let's just.
Thanks, hon. That's sweet of you. And here we were having such a good time. Why bring up that bitch? Alright. So, we used to go out for a while. She had you creds, used to brag about her crib up in A-Stack. Some penthouse dude.
Bitch.
Dumped me like yesterday's trash when she started hanging out with the quicks. Good riddance.
A-Stack?
AKA Blossom Hill. Fancy name for a sad fucking building. I hear the Quicks have the run of the place now.
Quicks?
Not local, are you, hun? The Liquid Quicks? Pretty easy going unless you cross them. Can't see what the hell she saw in them. Tense flatliner named Trenning is leading them these days. He'll know her for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks for the kick. And if you find her, tell her to go fuck herself.
Alright. Hello. A Stimtown fun boy addicted to kicks and recently coming out of an unhealthy relationship. Okay. What is a fun boy? You know, I want to take a look at factions. Oh, oops. We've already done Liquid Quicks, huh? Trending, you know. Yeah, I guess I've already read this and I just forgot. A lot of the gangs and stuff, they sort of run together in my mind. They're not super distinct, or at least I haven't really noticed any big distinctions. I mean, Onyx Void is obviously very different. Just with how tactical and badass they are. But it's like Malhorse Gleb versus the Liquid Quicks. Like, what's the difference? Oh, they're cool. Okay, so that's a corporation. So this is my own, me not paying enough attention, I guess, that I didn't notice that the differences between these groups are quite stark, actually. So the Ascent group, there's nothing super about that. Corporate grab teams are just mercenaries. Corp Sec? Are they just mercenary too? They're subcontracted. Okay. So Liquid Quicks are a gang. So they really would probably be the closest to Turbo Vipers. Yeah, okay. So they're kind of similar. And if I remember right, they fight each other. Yeah, they seem to have found their match in the Liquid Quicks. Vipers are being connected to Onyx Void, so are the Liquid Quicks connected to... Who are they connected to? Anybody? It's interesting that they can stand toe-to-toe against somebody who's backed by Onyx Void, who seem like they're kind of the big baddies here. So, alright. Well, while we're in here, maybe we'll grab a tutorial or something. And then we'll go on the mission. Modules. Modules are internal boosters installed in your body. They have passive boosts, and your body can have two modules active at any time. You can find new modules in the world from enemies or buy them from the grafter. Install modules via the journal or at a grafter. Let's do movement gamepad. Move using your left thumbstick. No kidding. Movement keyboard. Move using WASD. It's WASD. Neurals. Be cautious around people in dangerous areas. Some people don't attack on sight and will let you leave. If you don't, be prepared for a fight. Okay, let's do a location. Stimtown. Here we go. And then after this, I'll punt and we'll go do a mission here. Stimtown is where the denizens of the Warrens and adjacent zones go to generate or blow off steam. Here you'll find every whim catered to, every seedy desire satisfied, and at a reasonable price compared to the posher upper levels, where few Stimtown carousers wouldn't be allowed anyway. I've never seen that word before, I don't think. What started as the local automated food dispensary and general socializing area when the stacks were first erected soon became the go-to place for seeking intoxication, deprivation, or just to hang out with friends. As the place gained notoriety, CorpSec would occasionally come to shut the whole thing down, but this ended up causing a massive riot in the Warrens, and the local CorpSec commander decided to let Stimtown be for the foreseeable future. The fact that he since enjoys gratuitous services at the establishments probably aided in his decision. Okay. Yep, that's enough for now. Let us... Wait, you have another talk?
Waiting, hoping maybe some nice fella will buy me a kick.
Well, I'm not gonna do it. Let's get out of here. Looks like we got a couple quests. So it looks like we're heading back into, or back towards Sector 13, which means that maybe we can complete the steroid quest while we're at it. No enemies, huh? I want to try out my new weapons. What if there's no enemies?
Don't attempt to repair Ascent Group's robots unless you are an accredited robot repair specialist.
Alright, I guess we didn't spend enough time away for enemies to respawn, which is alright. Not a big deal. I feel like we should probably just do the steroids thing while we're back here, which I believe is down here. Hey man, what can I get you? Up, down, sideways? Which way you want to go? Maybe you want to check out entirely. Ready for a little snooze. Try my shit, man. Put you on another level. That's no lie. I accidentally said the word. I'm trying to censor myself. But it's not like the rest of the game doesn't swear openly anyway, so. Uh-oh, do we have a crash? I believe we have a crash. Alright, well that's going to wrap up this episode because I got to restart a bunch of stuff, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this, even though it's a little bit short. This game does have a crashing problem. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. New episodes every day, 2 p.m. Eastern Time in US and Canada. My name is Cobalt Thorium, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.